Is it live now? Yes. Hello. Good day, everyone. And we are live. Welcome to this series of Restart, Reset, and Refocus, Episode 7 about career and professional development. So before we start today's topic, I just want to recap our last week episode about creative expression. We share about the ways of how we express the creative side of ourselves. Amanda, she shared on how she portrayed her confidence and trust on herself through handcraft. And whereas Jen drew a card and shared her thought from the message in the card on how she communicates with her inner self to express her emotion in her most authentic way. Whereas myself, I love to sing, so I sang a song, One Moment in Time by Whitney Houston, to use the meaning of the lyric to express my feeling and my thought. So for those who are watching us live or replay for the first time, my name is Iris. I'm a full-time working mother of 3 children living in Singapore and also a digital business owner of more than 2 years now. So now let me pass to Amanda and Jen to have a quick introduction of themselves.
Okay, so hi everyone, happy Thursday again. And my name is Amanda. I'm a Philippine-born Chinese, currently living in Taiwan. I'm a full-time product developer and I'm a digital entrepreneur on the side and during the weekends. And let's hear it from Jen.
Hello everyone. And yes, I'm Jen from Singapore. I'm a single working mom to 2 teenage boys. I'm also a mom to 2 kitties. So if you find some funny voices at the background, that's my cat. And of course, I'm also a digital business owner. And we are really excited to be here to be sharing this episode, with you. So today's session is really very interesting, right? We're actually going to talk about career and professional development. So, maybe I want to, pass the mic over to Amanda to share with us, about for her, how does she start her career and how has it been like for her? She started working. Amanda, maybe you want to share a little bit with everyone.
Sure. Let me ask you a question first. Have you ever heard of the word multi-potentialite? So multi-potentialite, so meaning this person has so many hobbies and so many creative pursuits that it's so hard for someone to really fixate on one particular career because at some point in time they get bored, they feel like they lose that feeling of being challenged, so they move on to the next thing. So I would consider myself as a multi-potentialite. So I started off as a sales assistant. Then I thought, okay, I'm done being an assistant. I thought my English is good, so I should move on to becoming an international sales executive. And so I did that. And then I got bored, feeling like numbers, like doing business just purely out of numbers is not something that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to do business, but it's not just all about numbers. I wanted to be create something about creativity as well. So I moved on to do something that I like. I like cycling. So I went to the bicycle industry and became the customer service department head there. So I like helping people as well. So it's kind of matches my interest of helping people, and at the same time I'm doing something that I'm playing around bicycles. So I get to cycle around Taiwan, I get to try our bikes, and it sparks that creativity in me. And so after a few years, or actually 7 years of doing customer service, I thought, probably I should explore more on marketing or product development side, because I'm I grew tired of customer service. And so I moved on and became a product marketer for a textile company, which is doing a green textile company. So they're one of Patagonia. If I'm not sure if you know Patagonia. So if in the clothing industry, Patagonia is the beacon of green sustainability, sustainable clothing. So everything they do is all about recycled clothings, making sure that your clothings, they are very durable, that you can wear them for the second time. And so I'm passionate about sustainability. And so I moved on to the textile industry, became a product marketer, but then the culture there wasn't really a right fit for me. And then I moved on to a German wind farm developer. So, it's renewable
Oh,
energy. And so, with renewable energy, yes, it's very noble. It's for a grand purpose of using um, renewable sources of energy instead of burning fossil fuels, right? But the thing is, there's a lot of bureaucracy and political issues behind every wind farm project development. It's like a lot of political issues. So you have to deal with government, the dark side of the government. And so that for me is not a great environment to stay in. And so I moved on, and right now I'm doing product development in a Canadian trading firm and doing something about winter items. So or sports items. So I like sports. I do a lot of different exercises. And so this is an environment where I kind of feel like I'm thriving because it sparks a lot of it uses a lot of my creative side. So for me, it's career development and personal development or professional development isn't something like everyone else where you just follow a linear path. So for me, it's like, oh, I'm all over the place. But the thing is, for me, it's a great opportunity to practice my own adaptability and learning skills. Because right now, with AI, a lot of things are changing. A lot of jobs are shifting, right? And so it's
right,
all how fast can you adapt to the new environment and new technology and learn new skills. That's going to prevent you from being discarded or from being fired from your job. And so for me, I although I took an unusual path, but then I am grateful that I had those experiences, because right now I am more adaptable to new circumstances or new technologies, and I'm more open-minded as well. But then the thing is, with despite of trying all of this career development, none of them landed me the dream life that I want.
Mm.
Right. So all of why do we work hard? Actually, by the end of the day, why do we work hard? We do overtime. We do sacrifices. We sacrifice our weekends for the company. We do business trips away from our family. So why, right? So the thing is, eventually, all we want is to be able to provide a better life for our family. And for me, I wanted to travel around the world with my family and offer the best caregiving services that I could provide for my mom. And so that's one of the reasons why I thought I needed a side hustle. Apart from my regular job, side hustle
mhm,
is really, really important right now, because anytime right now I could be fired, especially when I personally have seen this, when globalization, we have stolen a lot of jobs from the Westerners because the labor rate here in Asia is so much cheaper. I'm feeling that same feeling right now because Malaysia has a cheaper labor rate than in Taiwan. And Malaysians speak English and Chinese as well. And so right now, my boss is shifting a lot of the things, a lot of outsourcing or a lot of stuffs are being shifted to Malaysia. And so how long can we survive here in Taiwan? I don't know. And so for me, it's really important to have a plan B
right.
while I still have this job. And so that's the
Mm.
reason why when I saw this digital business opportunity, I immediately thought that this is something that I can work on. And even when I move to the States sometime in the future, I can still carry this business with me. So how about you, Jen? You have a different story as well, right?
Right, right. Actually, um, I know I can really feel what you say, because it's like adaptability is so key now, and the only constant thing now is really change.
Mm,
Change is the only constant thing, right? So for me, it's also a very interesting path. I've been in the working society for more than 2 decades, and very often people always say, you have to study hard, so then you go to the workforce, you can have a good pay, you get a good job, blah, blah, blah. Right? For me, it's very different. I studied engineering. I know it doesn't look like. My engineering friends often say I'm a disgrace to the industry. So I'm engineering trained. But then after 1 year, I decided to shift out of the usual engineering so-called arena because I want to do sales. Because since young, I always thought that doing sales give me more money. So, being
Mm.
young, you want to have more money, you want this, you want that. So,
Yeah.
uh, that's how I then had a opportunity to work in a sales role in the healthcare industry. At the time, it's called is it medical sales rep. So, I work in the
Mm.
medical industry. So I have been in that industry for maybe about 18 years. So from a sales rep to promotion to then to brand manager, to marketing manager, to sales
Wow.
manager. So yes, so and I worked really very, very hard in that 18 years. And I'm very fortunate, like the last maybe 4 years, 3 to 4 years, my career actually peaked very quickly because I have an amazing mentor.
Mm.
He actually taught me a lot of things. Yeah, so for me is I've tried even different products and services within the healthcare industry,
Mm.
be it medical, be it drugs, be it anesthesia, nutrition, and even like cancer services, and local, overseas, global, regional, etc. I've done everything. So, but at times I even do things beyond sales and marketing. I was given projects to do like in regulatory and etc. And at that point, you will think like, why am I even doing all these things? Because it's not my job scope. But for me, I took it with the mindset that it's okay. I'll learn. I'll learn.
Mm.
And all these things, people would think that actually, if I carry on, I will be a high flyer. Actually, I left at the peak of my career because I decided that at that point, my kids were very young. I think they were like maybe
Mm.
4 or 5 or 5 and 6, very
Mhm.
young. And I knew that I need to be present for them because
Mm.
sometimes I need to travel. I work very late. Then I got to put them to bed. Then I got to continue working. So I got very little sleep, like 3 hours a day. So
Yeah.
anyway, I did a career switch. And then a totally different thing. I went into the education industry dealing with the school care children, like primary one students, like 7 years to 12 years old. And that's a totally different thing. Then I became a traditional business owner because my entire life, right, I always wanted to be my own boss because
Mm.
my parents used to be a traditional business owner. We used to own a retail business. Yeah, but then we folded up the business because it wasn't good. So, but
Mm.
anyway, I always wanted to be my own boss, not knowing how difficult it is, right? So,
Yeah.
anyway, I became my own boss, and then I realized that wow, whatever I learned in the corporate world for the last 18 years actually gave me so much experience.
Mm.
So much things that I realized I had to do on my own, and all those things that I bite my bullet and I carry on my job with grit actually came in handy for me.
Mm.
So so to me that was really so amazing because I felt that a lot of times people often like these days youngster often ask what is my career path, what is it for me. I always believe, right, career development or career path comes in both ways.
Mm.
We as an employee put in our efforts, right, and the company provides the platform. Then it must be both way because we need to work and we need to
Mm.
invest the time, we need to invest our efforts, right? Yeah, so but throughout after these 20 over years of working, what I really realized is that what we need to do is invest in our self-development.
Mm.
Of so many companies that I work with, right, I would say generally most company will invest in professional development for their staff. They may send you to attend this course, that course is always something related to your job, right?
Mm.
But
Yeah.
hardly, very hardly, unless you're of a certain level, they invest in your self-development, but that's very rare. So what I'm
Yeah.
really trying to say is that I realized, right, you think the company will invest in your self-development for your own benefit and for their benefit? No, they will always invest in something that's related to your role so you can contribute more and work harder
Mm.
for them so they can earn more money at your own expense. So, yes, this is what I realized. And in fact, after coming, and I always thought that I am a big deal about professional development
Mm.
until when I joined this online business. I learned the true essence of self development
Mm.
because I realized that, oh, I am such a small little fish in that big ocean. I mean, the online business is such a big ocean because I didn't expect I could learn so much of self development in this online business in comparison to the corporate world. I used to think corporate world is so much bigger, but in actual fact, it is not.
Mm.
So yeah, so this is what I realized, and this is what truly makes me appreciate so much about my online business. Like everybody here, the development is huge, and it is
Mm.
unlike many places. You need to pay so much, right? This
Mm.
is like if you're a business owner, you already got this at no extra charges. Yeah, so that's my
Amazing.
takeaway. After 20 over years, please remember, invest in yourself. And I realize many people doesn't bear with the money to invest in themselves. We may buy handbags, we buy things, we go spa, we go holiday, but hardly we invest in our own self-development.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that's my little short short sharing. How about you, Iris?
Thank you so much. You see, I hear so much about Amanda and Jen, but I'm actually quite different from them. I'm an engineer by profession for over 15 years, ever since I graduated. I didn't have the gut or like Jen or Amanda, switching industry, switching career path. For me, I'm all this while in the oil and gas industry. So as you understand about this, right? Oil and gas, there are good time. There are also bad time. So during my first this 15 years, it's actually going uphill, up and down a few rounds. So in a sense that maybe later I can tell about what the story about. I just want to share that for myself, I really just work for someone else for this over 15 years. So of course, in this along my journey, right, in my professional career, as what Jen mentioned, I actually have a lot of on-the-job training. I have
Mm.
mentor and also attended many courses, and definitely everything related to my work stuff. All are
Mm.
related to the technical. So,
Yeah.
like what Jay mentioned, right? Invest in yourself is so important. But in the past, I didn't attend any courses related to self development because my life was so busy with my kids, my
Mm.
work, my family, and I have no time for self development course. But however, over these past decades, as I mentioned, I started work in 2000, is it 2006? I think, yeah,
Mm.
2006 till now. I actually experiencing a few round of company restructuring due to the market condition.
Mm.
So yeah, when the oil price was low, there's so many things are happening. So there are many round. In fact, if I'm not count wrongly, at least 4 to 5 times company restructuring
Mm.
in different company. So this made me realize that career and professional development will not secure my future if I continue to work
Mm.
as an employee. So as I grow, now I'm already in my 40s, already have years of working experience. My mindset is also shifted.
Mm.
I'm actually wanted to have more control of my time, such as more family time, more financial
Mm.
stability, and in fact, I wanted to have an early retirement. Because in
Mm.
my career right now, I actually see through a lot of my colleagues, they are really work until retirement age, like 62, 63, but they still
Mhm.
continue to extend the contract because
Mm.
they think that there's nothing else they can do after that, or they're worried about their retirement fund. Because once
Mm.
you stop working, you actually keep withdrawing your retirement, your CPF, right? There's only
Mhm.
out, there's no in. So they just continue to work, renew yearly on a yearly basis. I think if I'm not wrong, for up to 5 years. So for me,
Wow.
I don't want to wait until that time to really enjoy my retirement, because to me at that time I think it's probably a bit too old for me. Who knows
Mm.
whether your mobility is still that strong, right? That time
Yeah.
is
Mm,
already in your 60
right.
plus. So I wanted to have an early retirement when I'm still consider not too old, probably about 50. Yeah. So in that sense, I know that by just working for someone else, I will not be able to achieve that. The time freedom
Yeah.
I wanted right now is not limited to working to live or living to work. Therefore, I'm actually right now looking for something that could help me achieve my dream lifestyle. This is where I step out of my comfort zone to really explore this online business and be a digital business owner and work for myself for the first time.
Mm.
So I invest in my self development to be an entrepreneur. I'm glad that I'm grateful to start this business, as it can help me potentially to reach my goal and dream lifestyle sooner. So if I didn't take this first step, I think I will only need to keep continue to work for someone else until my retirement age.
Yeah.
So anything to add on, Amanda or Jen?
Well,
Wow,
I
this is
think
so
you
interesting,
said
right?
something about retirement, and it's something that everyone has to think about, even when you're in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, because
Yes,
like Ari said, it's only out, no in, right? So we all need a plan B of how do you get finances, or how do you get an income, passive income preferably, whilst you're still young. So a lot of people do investments, investments in stock markets, or investments in Bitcoin, investments in real estate. Well,
yeah,
investment in real estate, if you have so much money, you can do that. But a lot of regular people, no, we cannot really do that. We don't have the extra money to do investments in real estate. Well, stock market is so volatile. It's so hard to know when do you buy or when do you sell. And
right,
so basically what a lot of people do is place their money in the ETF funds and just let it grow. But the thing is, for me, is it's money that you cannot touch or you cannot move as well, right? So it's
yeah,
not like you're saving that money for what,
longer term,
20, 30, 40 years later,
right,
hoping that it
mm,
will generate you enough interest and become your retirement savings, which is, for me, it's not really a long-term plan as well.
Yeah,
And so,
Amanda.
and Bitcoin is so it goes high and it goes low, and so it's really hard to predict all of those, control all of those factors. So that's one of the reasons why I thought, when I saw this digital business, it's because it's a group effort. It's gonna be there forever. And so, as long as you have people living in this planet who wanted to provide a good living for their own family, this business is going to continue to thrive. And it's we're just at the early stages of the business, and we haven't hit the majority of the market yet. And so this is just going to grow exponentially. And so I am grateful that I started this business when it's already stable, and it's already there's a clear path on the milestones that we need to achieve. And there is there, if I work hard, of course there's going to be, like any other business, this is going to require effort and commitment and dedication, and it's all about trial and error. So
right,
once I've gained that skills, those knowledge, and find my own success formula, then regardless of the outer conditions, the economic conditions, there's gonna be people who are still searching for a plan B to get out of the rat
right.
race. Yes.
Yes,
Yes,
right.
yes,
Yeah. And honestly, I really, like what you say about, a lot of people are actually looking at the investment, I would say, path. But I've got people who I know, although they have investments, they all don't put eggs in one basket, because investment is just probably one part of the plan. And who doesn't want to accelerate their retirement plans, right? I mean, if you have an investment portfolio, maybe you can accelerate to maybe 5 years. If you've got another side hustle and another source
Yeah.
of income can help you to accelerate even faster, why not? And what's the better way rather than leveraging on the internet, the giant that doesn't sleep, right? And because of the nature of our automated system, the nature of the online business where we leverage on the internet, we can reach out globally, right? And we have this automated system where we can generate things, sales for us, even when we are sleeping, even when we are on holiday, when we are working. Like, three of us, we are full-time employees, right? But running this side hustle. I think what's better way is that when you're earning your full-time salary, you are also your own boss and still generating income. So it's like a double whammy. Isn't that amazing? So and I think internet is something that I think everyone, or rather a lot of
Mm.
people, where we all have reach, and there's plenty of reach out there, like untapped places, right?
Yeah.
And this is something that is truly, truly amazing. And especially coming from someone like myself who used to have a traditional business, how headache it is to have a traditional
Mm.
business. And even though you may have the financial, um, I would say freedom, you will never have the time freedom. Because as a
Mm.
traditional business owner, you need to be present. If you're not there to open your shop, you won't get the money. Unlike an online business, right? You can work anywhere, anytime. Like the recent time when I was in Bali, right? I mean, I can be
Yeah.
in Bali and still earning money.
Yes.
Yes.
So, so if you're all watching us for today or replay, there must be a reason why you are hearing us. So if you are also someone who wants to accelerate your retirement plan, or just looking for a change in your life, you want to have control in your life or a better lifestyle like us, I encourage you to connect with any one of us, and got connected with us to see how you can do the same for yourself. Yeah.
Yes.
So anything else, Iris, before you want to end?
Yeah. Okay. Regarding our topic today on the career and professional development, right? It's actually equivalent to upskilling because right
Mm.
now I'm in my workforce. Actually, we are encouraged to keep on learning. So what
Mm.
we love about this online business is we actually keep on continue to learn to make
Mm.
ourselves stay relevant. Especially right now is a digital era, right? So you need to make yourself stay relevant with it and upskill by actually doing this business online globally. So I was thinking, when I come to this business, I was thinking that I can actually keep on continue connect with my children. You know why? As you grow older, you're still staying relevant with the internet. Am I right? Who never
Yes.
in the social media, right? I believe all our children are actually in the social media. So when you grow older, you become grandma one day, you still can connect with your grandchildren. Don't you think that is amazing? Right? You have a
Yeah.
topic to
Yes.
talk with them, right? So yeah, just this is just my last closing on this development on ourselves in this business. So with that, okay, anything to add on? If not, then
Nothing else. So just a quick teaser on what's coming up next on our next week episode is financial wellness. We've talked a lot about financial investments today, and I think the important takeaway there is the most important investment that you can make is invest in your own self. So your own self development, because once you have that skill, that confidence, that capability, and that belief system within yourself, then you can make anything happen. So, with that, stay tuned for our next episode on financial wellness workshop on how do we take care of our own financial wellness.
yeah.
Thank you, everyone. And look
Thank
forward
you,
to seeing you
everyone. Have
next
a great weekend
Thursday.
and have a great evening.
Yeah. See you next week.